Hi, my name's Leigh and I'm the Doorways Facilitator for the Salvation Army here in the Derwent Valley. This week is Anti-Poverty Week. Anti-Poverty Week supports the whole Australian community to have an increased understanding and awareness of poverty and to try to do our best to do something about it. The key message is poverty exists, poverty hurts us all, and we can all do something about it. The message is actually one of hope, not of despair. Even having a simple conversation is one way of doing something about it. You're helping to raise awareness. In 2020, Anti-Poverty Week will be held from the 11th to the 17th of October. So what exactly is poverty? Wikipedia defines poverty as the following. Poverty is not having enough material possessions or income for a person's basic needs. Poverty may include social, economic, and political elements. Absolute poverty is the complete lack of the means necessary to meet basic personal needs such as food, clothing, and shelter. If we have a think about our own Tasmanian communities, I'm sure that we've all heard stories or know of people or perhaps have some sort of lived experience of poverty. Some people in our communities often have to make the really difficult choices between sometimes turning the heater on or having a meal to eat. This year, the highlight of Anti-Poverty Week is around supporting affordable housing for all, as this is seen as the best solution to reducing poverty, and also the partnering with the Everybody's Home campaign. There's another campaign, however, that's been running called Raise the Rate, which has been led by ACOS, which is the Australian Council of Social Service, to ensure that unemployment payments never go back to that dreaded $40 a day. In fact, we here at the Salvation Army hear stories from our community members who say that the daily rate is actually a lot lower than $40 a day once rent and other expenses are paid. So for us here at the Derwent Valley Salvation Army, this is one area that we'd like to focus on a bit more in this discussion, raising the rate. So in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the federal government increased income support payments for those in receipt of what was previously called a New Start allowance by $550 per fortnight. This is now called Job Seeker allowance. Over this time of the pandemic, ACOS conducted two surveys. One was conducted in May and a further survey was conducted in August. ACOS surveyed more than 600 people who were receiving Job Seeker or a related income support payment. The reason for this was to try to kind of shed some sort of light on how those high rates of income were helping people to cover their living costs. People were also asked what they thought of the planned reduction and eventual removal of this supplement over the coming months. The results were overwhelming, with most people reporting that these support payments have been a lifeline and have allowed them to eat 3 meals a day and to keep a roof over their heads. Surely these are the most basic of needs. The survey also showed that there is a real deep concern about the $300 per fortnight cut from September the 25th, which, as we know, has already happened, as well as stopping the payment entirely from the 31st of December. Reducing income support payments will profoundly affect people's ability to meet their basic needs, such as mortgage payments, rent, eating regularly, eating fresh, nutritious meals, to pay their bills, such as utilities, to put petrol in their cars, to even look for work, and to afford medications or specialist services. So here are the key findings. 80.8% of people surveyed said they were now eating better and more regularly. 70.7% of people said that they were able to catch up on their bills. 67.8% of people said they were able to pay for medicines or health treatments. 58.8% said it was easier to pay rent or that they've been able to move into better and or safer accommodation. 56.2% said they have paid off debts. 51.7% that they've been able to save up for emergencies. 51.6% said they've been able to save money to purchase major household items such as fridges or a washing machine. And 26% said that they have been able to pay for study or training. As you can see, These are incredibly high percentages. We're deeply concerned that removing this supplement will have a profound effect on community members. Since the supplement was put in place, we here have noticed a big decrease in people presenting to our service for financial support who are in receipt of a job seeker allowance. This shows that the supplement payments have allowed for people to manage on their own without the need to access welfare or emergency relief supports. These people have felt a sense of dignity and pride, knowing that they don't have to rely on services such as the Salvation Army to help them put food on the table for their families or to manage their household expenses. We know that growing up in poverty sets children back with their learning at school. It affects their physical, their mental health, and that these negative effects can actually last a lifetime. The recent poverty report released by ACOS and the University of New South Wales shows very high rates of poverty for children in Australia. This report was released before the bushfires and before COVID, before the pandemic, and even before the supplement was introduced. So shockingly, nearly half, or 44%, of the children in sole parent families lived in poverty. So really, the supplement is unlocking poverty for these families and many others. It's protecting people who have become newly unemployed from also falling into poverty. While the government should be commended for introducing the supplement as part of their response to the COVID-19 pandemic, it should also be urged to continue this on. We are also aware that many people may find themselves in the coming weeks and months in financial and emotional distress. The reduction of the JobKeeper payment, loss of employment, and other impacts resulting from COVID-19 may mean that our service will be in higher demand than ever before. Many people may have never been in such a situation and may not know where to turn to for help. If you or someone you know find themselves in need of help, I would encourage you to please let them know that we're here. Pick up the phone or go online. Often just having someone to talk to about your situation can make all of the difference. The Doorways program is about providing assistance in times of crisis and beyond. We're not here to judge, we're here to journey alongside you. Doorways offers the following supports: budgeting, advocacy, information and advice, referrals, material support, financial support, meals loans, chaplaincy, and the Positive Lifestyle program. We also have other services that visit our centre regularly. This means that you don't always have to travel to Glenorchy or to Hobart to access services. So we've got Anglicare financial counselling services, alcohol and other drug support worker from the Salvation Army Bridge program visits. We have a family support worker, the My Safe and Strong Family Service, also from Anglicare, who we'll be chatting to a little bit later. I will also add some YouTube links to everyday Australians sharing their stories from the Raise the Rate campaign. If you have a minute, please take a look. Thank you for taking the time to watch this message. Please stay safe and well.